So let me try to get the background context out of the way to get to the main story. Natalie, for a while, has been an ally to Aaron Smith Levin, and Aaron has been, to put it mildly, a very controversial figure in the anti Scientology scene. So for a while, Natalie has been on the board of Aaron's SPTV Foundation, but the foundation is filled with a lot of controversies and scandals, not least that it's not really a charity, at least not at this point. It doesn't yet have the official 501 status that you get through the IRS. So it's not really a charity, it is basically just a private corporation. And when it first began, it did have an official treasurer, but she left a while ago. No explanation. She just left. And now Natalie has been picked as the new treasurer. This is a recent update. And I double checked her own YouTube channel. And at least when I saw it, there was nothing here to update her new status. So it's very, very strange because the whole structure of how exactly SPTV Foundation works, we really don't know. It is basically just a private business. Aaron is the nominal head, and it has all these board members. But do these titles mean anything? Do they actually take even official minutes? And what does it mean that she's the treasurer? Like she's looking at the money, making sure everything is done well? At this point, it just seems that if you contribute to their YouTube channels, that that money goes to the SPTV Foundation. Again, it's all very, very unclear. So we're just in a big question mark with what exactly the SPTV Foundation really is. And what does it mean that she is the treasurer? Is she actually going to be really keeping tabs on the money? Will this information be given publicly? Are they going to keep it private? It's all very, very mysterious. And it's a shocking coincidence that when they did this update on Natalie being the treasurer, we now have, again, this is official documents on the Aftermath Foundation, which Aaron used to be on the board of. And when he left, he got into a big, this is not an exaggeration, civil war with Mike Rinder and Claire Headley. And Claire Headley is the president of that foundation. And that is a real foundation. It does have IRS status. And as these documents show, everything seems to be on the level. Now, where exactly they're getting the money from? Yeah, we'd like a little bit more information, but it is what it is. It has 7 board members. They are noted here. It does divulge that these are married couples, and it goes through the expenses. So I don't want to waste too much time going through each and every figure. I did find one thing interesting that at this point, the Aftermath Foundation officially has more members, but they're not listed here. It also says these 7 people are the board members who have votes. So are these new members actual members? Is it just a guest status, or is it that the time of the filing that they couldn't be included in the filing? It could just be an issue with the cutoff date that they will be there next year. So there are some questions here for the Aftermath Foundation as well. I'm not trying to say that Claire is totally free of corruption and Natalie is all corrupt. However, at this point, Natalie is treasurer of a business corporation calling itself a foundation. But what does it really do? Don't know. And versus Claire Headley, who is running a foundation that is legally, for all intents and purposes, what a 501 charity should be about. And they are listing here that they are giving away the money in grants to help people get out of Scientology. And they do have some real life public cases like Ian Rafalco, Serge, Catherine, and a whole other cases that they could drop to say, yeah, they're spending the money in the right way, and these are the people who have benefited. Now, I still would fault the TFA for being somewhat corrupt with all these married couples, and also, is the money being doled out selectively to their friends? They have the Vanessa LaRose scandal in the background. For those just jumping in, basically what happened is Vanessa was getting a lot of money from the Aftermath Foundation while simultaneously stealing from some of her alleged friends. And they've tried to silence that controversy. And Aaron was on the board when they were doing that. So Aaron trying to pretend that the Aftermath Foundation only became corrupt after he was kicked off is not holding up. And again, these documents seem real. These numbers seem legit. So at this point, Aaron has his foundation, but is it really a foundation? Don't know. But Claire has at least some receipts for how she's been handling the Aftermath Foundation. I wish they would give us more information, but yeah, for what it is, it looks like, at least on paper, they are not, quote, stealing the money, which, again, that's not exactly a lot to be said, but it is something. So at least some of what they've said with the Aftermath Foundation, that they were, quote, trying to save it from Aaron and wanted to not risk it collapsing, part of that story is correct. So at least that much we should concede, that they did have some suspicions Aaron might ruin the foundation. And given his current activities and Natalie's weird status as a treasurer, not treasurer, some of their fears were justified, unfortunately.